Everybody, welcome back to the Upper Tier podcast, the football and pro wrestling and golf podcast we bring you each and every week. How are we, Darren?
Happy enough looking at the leaderboard, Niall.
You should be even happier with some of the calls you made last night in the preview.
Oh, I know.
I was watching your boy today. Folks, if you could, of course, subscribe to the channel as well. Hit the bell notification button, drop a like in the video, all that good stuff. We're going to be talking about Champions League for my sins after that watch along last night. 90 minutes of my life I'll never get back. We're going to be talking about the Premier League. We'll be giving our picks for that. We'll have a quick look at the League of Ireland, and of course we'll talk about the news that broke this evening, that one Andy Robertson will be leaving Liverpool at the end of the season. Not a surprise, but always still shocking.
Wouldn't it? I wouldn't have thought so, considering the Spurs thing in January. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I sat up this morning, and one of your ones that you alerted me to, that I kind of thought maybe this guy could do something after learning from last year, and you said he hits the ball way too far to be anyway consistent on this golf course. So I sat down and I watched him, and that man seen every corner of that golf course today.
Bryson DeChambeau.
And most of it under his feet was brown. It wasn't fucking green. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think he'll struggle. I think he'll struggle to win at Augusta. I think it's so far away from being comfortable for him.
I listened to McGinley this morning, and I listened to Butch Harmon, and what's the other guy's name who does it? Is it Doherty?
Yeah, Nick Doherty.
Yeah, Nick Doherty. And they were tipping Bryson. They were saying this could be Bryson's year. Look what I thought after learning what he learned last year and the experience. The boys were talking Bryson up as well, that this could be his time, especially Butch Harmon. He was talking about it as well. But you know something? I seen that fucking putter halfway up his forearm, and I went, not for me. Have you ever tried a long putter?
One of the lads on the skill team, Brendan Walton, Philip Walton's nephew, used to putt with a broom handle when he was like 12 or 13, like a full broom handle up under the chest.
Oh, the Bernard Langer one.
Yeah, the ping in the chest with the L claw grip and stuff like that. And it was crazy because Brendan wasn't blessed in the height stakes when we were younger, you know. And the putter at one stage was nearly the same size of him. It was massive, and we thought, because it was a real old man's thing. And Wally used to use it at like 12 and 13, and we'd be like, "What the fuck is going on here?" It was weird.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, we did speak the other night about how the influence of marketing can grip you and stuff like that. Maybe that was that, you know?
No, because marketing would never have gripped you for a broom handle. It might have gripped you for a Scotty Cameron, but not for a broom handle.
But maybe at the time, a lot of those long putters were coming in, and they were flavour of the month for a lot of. Now, I know it was correct. A lot of these players were getting the yips and stuff and all as well, and they were trying to correct that.
Yeah, they were fashionable, so to speak. But Jesus, I don't know. Broom handle looks a bit. Ooh.
Yeah, absolutely. It feels weird. I've never taken a stroke with one, but I'd imagine it would feel very, very different.
The putter head feels very, very heavy.
Yeah, because of the pendulum.
Because of the pendulum and the weight, and you're like, you hit the ball and you just, like, I think if I was hitting 10, 12, 15 foot putts, I'd feel like, okay, I can hold some of this. Anything from like 5 feet in, I'd say was just like, oh my God, what is that? Like, dump, you know, because you didn't really feel like you had any sort of touch because of how long it was, you know. Like, even you see some guys will grip down on their putter on a shorter putt and really, you know, feel it into the hole. Yeah, you're doing that with a broom handle. Did
you see the snap hook from Jack off the tee to get the tournament going?
No, I didn't.
He teed off on the first, you know, the way they get the drive off the first ball kind of thing. He drove off the first ball. I don't know how close he was to killing about 3 fans with it. He snap hooked it left straight into the crowd right off the tee box.
Do you know what I can see in my future? I don't know.
Go on.
Oh, a fruit and nut inclusions.
Nice. Very nice. Very nice. I like it.
As Jericho would say, drink it in, man.
As I told you before, I do like a good Easter egg in June at times.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
A little tip, actually. I went to Lidl today, and they had a pressure washer the battery powered one. Parkside are doing it. So I picked up one, $29.99. Fantastic.
Battery powered. So
Yeah,
no mains.
No wireless, just straight into the house, out the front. Had the 4 cars hosed down in about a half an hour. Quality.
Might be worth a look.
$29.99, definitely worth a look. Went out
Bit
the
of
back,
a bit of a zump
early.
out of it. Bzzz.
Oh, proper power washer. Proper power washer, like. Yeah. The full thing. The
Say
4
Aldi
cars.
or Lidl?
Lidl in the Centre Royals, Parkside. Now they sell the battery and the charger separately, the usual catch on the power tools. But if you have one of those, it works with all of them then, But definitely worth looking at for the cars, especially for yourself and all. Great. Just plug straight into the house, so no leads, no power, no extension leads, nothing like that needed.
Beauty.
That's this week's tip, folks. $29.99, well worth it. Anyway, let's get into the show. Anyway, let's talk. Obviously, this big match coming up May the 16th, folks. Kelly's Heroes versus Premiership Legends. Stellar lineup, all going to be there on the day. Meet and greet, match, gala dinner in the evening, the whole lot. Scan the QR code there if you want tickets. They're on Eventbrite. And they're a giveaway. They're an absolute steal for who you're getting to meet and stuff like that. We've seen some of these meet and greets come up in recent times now and are charging wedge. These are great value for money. You'll have a great day as well. The boys are great to meet and all. They give you plenty of time, sign anything you want, millions of pictures, whatever you want. Bring the kids, have a great day out. Mark will be there with the trophies. We'll be in attendance with the podcast. So if you see us, come up to us, have a bit of crack, do a little interview, drop a little short for the channel, whatever you want to do, have a bit of crack. We're very much approachable and stuff like that and all, yeah. So there you go.
Especially if you're walking over towards us with a pair of burgers around.
Yeah. Like if you have a burger or, I suppose May the 16th, a 99 could tip us over the edge, could it?
Burger or a nice bap.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Steaks or something.
We could be swayed.
I'm just watching here the Masters now. They're showing Bryson's round. Good Lord, he was everywhere. Talk to me. Announced this evening. I put it straight in because we had already prepared the show. But Andy Robertson leaving Liverpool at the end of the season. As I said, not a surprise, but always still kind of a bit of a shock when it's announced of that. Talk to me. You as a kind of a neutral on this because you're a United man. Andy Robertson, phenomenal signing, phenomenal player. Great serving for the club, personality, human being, the whole package, really, yeah.
Let me down last night. I had PSG minus a goal in the handicap. And I matched it up with the 2 fullbacks to get cards, and Gomez got one early, and I was like, right, Kirkes for the win here. Took him off, Robertson came on, I said, Andy's going to do it for me. Didn't do it me, I didn't even pro a tackle it. I was a bit upset. Absolutely, Philip, I agree wholeheartedly. Listen, when you talk about signings for your club, and you talk about what you're looking for from a signing, right? As you said, a guy they just kept squeezing that lemon and just getting every drop out of him. It's actually in another room. But there is one. There's 2 actually. Very good, Daz. He was one of my tips. 7 to 1's not a great price, mind you. I got him at 16.
One under today.
Yeah.
1 under today. Not too shabby.
But a really good signing. And I mean, if you talk about what kind of money you brought him in on, like such a good signing. Possibly, and I know some people would say, oh, Salah. Possibly the best signing under the Jurgen Klopp era. For value, for money, for, for the kind of shift he's put in over the last number of years. Doesn't head away on an AFCON. Hasn't had breakdowns with the club in communication or in stuff like that. Paints himself as a real good guy. I know the Scottish lads love him as well. Obviously, because he's a bit of crack. He's a good guy to have in the dressing room and stuff like that. So big loss for Liverpool. Real big loss. Another loss in that squad, and it's dare I say, it's not looking. The summer's not looking like a rosy period for Liverpool with Salah and Robertson exiting the building, and the squad's still looking a bit lopsided. Now, I do believe I read tonight that apparently things are getting very, very close with Ibrahim Konate. Very, very close.
Jeez.
You're not happy with that?
No.
It's just. I'd say maybe 20 minutes before I came on, I read something.
Yeah, I seen it yesterday as well. Yeah.
Let me see here. It's actually Fabrizio Romano who has it up. And it's Liverpool are now closer to reaching a full agreement with Konate of a new contract. Negotiations are advancing well with Real. Talks stopped in November. Liverpool now progressing, not done yet, but deal imminent, and Liverpool confident. So that'll be Konate signing back on. You got Konate, Van Dijk, Leone. You need another centre back, I would have imagined, and then you need, if you're happy with Bradley and Frimpong, you still need a left back. And there's still you probably need a left-sided attacker, and you might need another centre. Like there's a bit to do.
Probably another central defender. Absolutely.
Yeah, well, I think the centre defender will go in alongside Leone, Konate, and Van Dijk, and you'll have a 4, right? And you start to share out the likes of the Carabao or the home games against fucking Burnley or whoever there is, and try and get Van Dijk a bit of downtime, because I think if Liverpool want to keep kind of longevity with him, they've got to be able to give him a step out every now and again, and that hasn't happened at all. Obviously after the injury and stuff like that, it took him a while to get back on, but he got moving. And I think
we have the boy Jacquet as well, yeah.
The boy Jacquet, Jeremy Jacquet. That's very good. Correct on that one. Big money coming in there, isn't there? 70 mil.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it's going to get to that level, Keith. I'd say obviously with Madrid exiting the building, the bargaining chips have gone way down. I'd say are probably
had a horrific season as well.
And you know what? I actually read a couple of bits recently from Liverpool fans. They're probably in the opposite camp to yourself, but a couple of them said he's actually been better than Van Dijk has. That it's Van Dijk who has had a lot of the errors and created a lot of the errors and made the other lad look, they said in the early days of the season where the head maybe wasn't in it, yes, you could see so. But in recent weeks and months, he's been the better of the two. I'm
not sure whether that's praise or not. I was talking last week about maybe we need 2 central defenders. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's just the drop off has been sensational as well. Liverpool in pole position to sign Diamande for 100 million in summer transfer window. Too many 100 millions going around at the moment. You see that news yesterday? We will get on to it. See that news yesterday about Elliot Anderson?
No.
120. Apparently, Forest want 120 million.
That's not going to happen because he has a clause in the contract.
Yeah.
The Elliot Anderson has a clause. It was announced in January. I think it was the boy Mark Ogden of the Athletic that announced it in January that there was a clause.
Apparently, Forrest came out the other day and said he's going nowhere unless it's 120 million. That's what. Now I don't know. Maybe you're right. That's I'm just sounding what I read. So apparently so.
Yeah, I don't think
there was a huge debate on the socials yesterday about his value at 120 million and where he would normally land. People were saying probably around the 75, 80 mark.
Well, listen. Here's the thing. Like, he's young, English, and very, very talented, right? So, what did Arsenal
I'm probably about to have a good World Cup, I'd imagine.
I would think so. What did Arsenal spend on Declan Rice? 100 million?
115 or something, was it?
I'd imagine Forest are going to want something pretty similar to that, Which I
presume, and then if you think about it, it's 3 or 4 years on.
So it's not really a long shot, to be fair. Declan Rice fee.
No idea, Daz. We haven't even looked at it yet. The national. We will look at it.
105 million. The deal consisted of an initial £100 million payment plus 5 in performance-related add-ons. So again, I'd say that's the type of freight,
But are you getting Elliot Anderson at a younger age? What age was Rice when he went to Arsenal? Was he?
Say he's pretty similar.
Similar.
I'd say so. England played last Tuesday, if I'm right, which should mean we have them here. Yeah, they did Japan lineups because we can use the so there's Elliot Anderson there. View profile. Elliot Anderson is 23 years of age. He'll be 24 in November. So he'll start the season as a 23-year-old next year. Declan Rice is not in that squad. Arsenal lads pulled out, remember? There we go.
Yeah.
We'll go back to tomorrow last night.
I do remember.
We'll go back to Tuesday night. Declan Rice now is 27, so 4 years in the difference. It's nearly nail on nail, right?
There's about a year in the difference or whatever. Not much though, yeah.
Yeah. Very similar, I would say. Rice has just turned 27. The other lad, very similar. So again, you're probably looking at that £100 million in fairness.
You're getting them at a great age as well, aren't you?
I think so. If you get him at 23 years of age, and you get let's say you get 5 to 8 years out of this kid. Is that not what you want when you spend that kind of money?
Well, what are you looking at? You're looking at less than 15 million a year then.
12 million a year, 8 years.
Mm.
You know?
As far as I know, Keith, he's been linked with a move back to Celtic. I think it's Celtic he's planning on going back to, from what I heard, Robbo.
Would he go to Celtic with a Kieran Tierney being there? I don't know.
Apparently apparently that's where he wants to go. That's what I heard.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised to see him end up back in either. Back in the Premier League, maybe a similar sort of a move to a Kyle Walker, a Man City to a Burnley.
Mm.
Yeah, so you could be looking at an Andy Robertson to probably not a Coventry, maybe an Ipswich under a Kieran McKenna, maybe if a Wrexham was to come up or something like that, or a Southampton possibly. Or maybe one of the bigger teams in the Championship tries to pick him up at Birmingham or a Wrexham if they don't go up, and try and add to, or, maybe a Leeds. I think there's still plenty around for Andy Robertson, to be honest with you.
You're looking at that kind of James Milner role at Brighton, aren't you, really?
I think so.
Great to have around. Brilliant professional for young lads.
Absolutely. Yeah. Really, Brighton is an ideal shout, but I just think he's just a little bit older than Brighton had looked for,
Yeah.
And probably good around the place.
Wants to embark on his coaching pretty soon, I'd imagine, as well.
Well, listen, I think if he was going to go coaching, I think he'd probably go and do it now. I think the fact that it looks like he'll probably play for another season or two means he wants to finish playing rather than feel like you have a little bit of unfinished business, so to speak. You know where he came from, right? He came from Hull.
Yeah.
And Hull are in the shake-up to get into the Premier League. They sit about 5th in the Championship at the minute. So I don't know whether Hull, if they were able to get up into the Premier League via the playoffs,
go back there maybe.
Could we go back to Hull, which would be nice, which would be nice.
Full circle on the story.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's show. Big up, Marky. Hope you're good, Paul. United could deal with Robinson.
Tell you what, he looked well the other night, didn't he?
He did on that Man United app. Yeah. There we go. Right, let's get into it.
What did the Chuckle brother say there?
He could go to United and get rid of Shaw.
Jesus Christ.
There's a lack of understanding, isn't there?
Yeah, you never fail to let yourself down, Jerry. I have to tell you, man. Never. God bless you. Thank you for your service.
Like he's just gonna go up the road and let the Man United.
Fuck it now, man.
I watched Daz. I got a hole in one before. I've never seen him play golf though. Legend. Never misses. Right, talk to me. Champions League 4 matches, quarterfinals. What do you think?
Yeah, like I thought Bayern were excellent. Going away to the Bernabeu. I thought Bayern were excellent. I thought Neuer rolled back the years a bit in that first half. He was very good.
Made some on the night.
Big saves.
The matches.
Well, I thought London was fucking dire, to be honest with you, man.
No, David Raya. David Ryan, the
Sorry,
other match, got
in
man
the
of the
in the
match as
other
well.
game. Sorry, in
That's
the
what I
other
mean.
game,
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, I was like, whoa, what are we going
yeah,
here?
yeah.
No, yeah, absolutely. It just goes to show how important it is. We've spoken about teams, a lot of teams this season, and we've said about how important it is to have that backbone of the keeper. Look at what Lamans has done at United. Do you know, is he the finished article? Probably not. Do we have a couple of years before we see the absolute best of Senna Lamans? Absolutely. But just not gifting goals and not making crazy decisions and just being a steady pair of hands behind the back four has done so much for United. And there's a couple of
Lifts
teams
the
in the league.
anxiety, doesn't he? Lifts the anxiety
Really
about the
does.
attack.
Really does. Look at, you know, and I don't like harping on about it, but look at the Chelsea back four at the minute. Like, you've got to just look behind you and go, oh shit, no, not him. Like,
Although the multiple changes in central defence, they're shocking as well. Like, you know what I mean?
they are, but
I know Sanchez doesn't help it either. Neither does Jorgensen.
Sanchez does not help it. You know, I feel like Jorgensen probably, you know, hasn't been as bad when he's had games. He's conceded goals, but he hasn't conceded goals, and I've gone, oh, that's on the keeper again, man. Whereas every time I look at Sanchez, I'm like, this is him again. It's Sanchez being Sanchez. You know,
do you solely isolate it when you're judging it, or do you look at kind of the volume of central defending changes that's happened at Chelsea? You got Towson in there, you got Bada in there.
Nope.
You know,
nope.
you know, then you have Caldwell was in. You know,
not having any of that. The keeper's behind all that.
Now we know he's done some bozo stuff. There's no doubt about it.
The keeper's behind all of that, right? So when the ball comes over the top, whether it's Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck or fucking, you know, Fofana and Towson at the back, he's the one that decides, I'm coming for this. I'm going to 2-foot a lad 30 yards from goal, right? This lad's a fucking clown. He's an out-and-out clown. I wouldn't let him into Stamford Bridge with a ticket, let alone between the sticks. And when you need solidity at the back, when you need a basis to go and build attacks on, you got to be looking over your shoulder at this lad and thinking, we ain't going to be in any mix with this lad. 100%.
Nah, no return. He can return all he wants.
He took the bait there, didn't he?
Took
the bait, Jerry. Good man. I like the bite there, pal.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd say the closest he'll get to Old Trafford is when he's flying over it on the way back from Turkey.
Well, he might get a little bit closer maybe to Carrington, but he won't be getting anywhere near Old Trafford.
Hope he's not there when I'm there.
Yeah.
You'll never see someone get barred from a place quicker than you will me from Carrington if he's there when I'm there. I'm telling you, they'll probably take me out in handcuffs, and I'm not a violent man, though. I'll do it with my tongue.
Well, it's not like he hasn't felt your breath on the back of his neck from the Stretford end anyway, is it? In the past. Overall, because Arsenal winning 1-0, late goal, Kai Havertz. Sporting looked really chirpy, though, I would say. They had a couple of good chances.
They did create a lot of problems, which we probably didn't have on our bingo card. No. But they created a lot of problems. Excuse me. And I think on the night, Arsenal were just able to weather the storm. Now, I do think going away from home, Arsenal should have a little bit more in hand. The problem is, I just don't look at Arsenal and think they're going to score 3 or 4 today. I just don't see it. So
you don't feel like they're playing well. Sure, you don't. You don't feel like they're playing well.
Yeah, they're grinding. And I've so much respect for what they're doing and how they're grinding. But at the same time, I'm like you know, we were talking about the quadruple a few weeks ago, right? And now all of a sudden, you know, the Carabao's been lost. Southampton has knocked you out of the FA Cup. And do I fancy it against any of the other 3 teams that are leading? Atletico, you know, PSG or Bayern? Not really. So if you don't win this league title, Mikel, you could be in a bit of spot of bother here. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Anto, we will talk about the run in a few minutes. Obviously, Barcelona, Kobayashi getting sent off down to 10 men. And Atletico running out 2-0.
Did you see the red card?
I didn't see it. I was talking because I was doing the watch along for the Liverpool game. I didn't see any of it, but I was asking people in the chat.
Will you have a look in the comments there and just see if anyone saw the Pau Kubarsi red card.
I think the comment in the chat last night during the watch along was denying the goal scoring opportunity. Now, I haven't seen it, so I don't know, but I think that was one of the comments last night.
No, that's on the basis of, to the law, right? If you deny a goal scoring opportunity, you get a red card, right? That's the laws of the game. However, I'm not sure that there was enough for me to warrant sending a player off. Me personally, I'm not a Barcelona fan, but I did look at it and go, wow, that's harsh, man. There's a tangle. There's a little bit of contact, but there's two players running across each other. It's not one kicking. It's not a foul. He hasn't played him. It's a tangle.
It's a natural coming together.
I think it's a real harsh red.
Yeah. Now, funny enough, in the watch along last night in the chat, no one kind of made the point that it was harsh. I have to say, looking back on it now, I don't think anyone made the point it was harsh. They did say it was denying a goal scoring opportunity, but I don't know. I didn't see it. So.
And this is why I'm asking. This is why I want anyone who watched it to be there and say, what do we think here? I looked at it and I got to be honest, I thought it was harsh, man. I really did. I thought it was very, very harsh.
Barca created some good opportunities after going down to 10 men as well. Do you think they could come back in the new camp and do something?
That was the new camp.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, when they go away, I meant, sorry.
Yeah, they're generally not as good on the road. And I know it's not on the road, it's Spain. But that Metropolitano Stadium is a little bit of a fortress for Atletico. And I'd be shocked to see Barca overturn 2-0. I think it's too much. I think 1-0, you're maybe in it, but I think 2 is tough because I think if Barca start coming out and really, really pushing for this, which they're going to have to, they're going to leave an awful lot behind for the boy Julian Alvarez.
There is the kink for the red card now. Okay. Oh, sorry. Link.
There's a link. Thanks, Anto.
Oh, sorry. There's a link for the red card.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit harsh, and I'm not a Barca fan. But I looked at it and I went, wow, I feel like if that's my team, I feel real hard done by, man.
Are you thinking about it that way as well in terms of the stage and the competition where we're at? If this was one of the league games in the league table thing they play first,
it's 3 points. This is knockouts. This is knockouts. I think if I'm not 110% sure, he has to stay on the pitch. Yeah. Give the yellow, but do not give him a straight red. Like, I don't know, man. I think it's...
Yeah, and I think if I'm right on that as well, Acers, Darren, you WhatsApped me at the time of that one as well, didn't you? And you told me you didn't feel that was a red either, did you?
Okay, so here's what I'm going to tell you. Here's what I'm going to tell you. I've no idea what game this lad was watching, but it was absolutely nothing like the Harry Maguire red card. Not even close. Because don't forget, the Harry Maguire red card, the boy Evan Nilsson is standing beside him, receives the ball, touches it past him, and there's a handoff, yeah? Right? This isn't like that. This is a ball over the top that the centre-back, Kubarsi, and the attacker are running onto. So completely different set of circumstances. And they're running towards goal. They're 25 yards from goal. And there's a crossing of the two players. One goes right, one goes left.
This is more nearly like the Szoboszlai Haaland thing. But just not as close to the goal.
Well, that was different because there's a lot of hands and there's no hands here. There's no touching of hands. Like, you need to have a look at this to try and... But that analogy was fucking terrible, Jerry. What the hell, man? What were you watching?
But I'm right, you questioned that one that time as well, didn't you?
I didn't love it. I didn't love it. You know, if I look...
wasn't that the follow one from the one down the other end wasn't given?
So I suppose my issue
and it went up the other end. Yeah.
Right? Suppose my issue is there's as much contact on Diallo, So this is where, right? So I think it was a yellow card, right? And the ref gave a yellow initially. And then he went to VAR review it and they watched slow-mo after slow-mo after slow-mo, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he's gone to his pocket and you're like, pal, you got this right in real time. You got this right. You know, but the addition of VAR and the slowdown, like if I punch you in the face, right, and the only part they show is my fist on your face, it will only tell a very small part of the story.
Yeah.
We've got to stop looking at freeze frames on VAR. It's got to be, I'm going to roll it through and I want you to look at it in real speed as you did. I don't want to see moment of contact because it's not.
It's like these days, every tackle's considered nearly a fucking leg breaker.
Crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
And my issue with the Maguire one was there was more contact at the far end when we didn't get the penalty as Maguire had on Evan Ilson and got a straight red. You were like, that's a head scratcher. That's a head scratcher.
Absolutely. What about the bottom one? Liverpool, 26% possession, 54 passes in the first half. Literally a pass every minute of the first half.
Not unexpected, if we're honest. Like, I did PSG minus a goal in the handicap. They were 2-1 minus a goal. That's free money.
This should have been
free money. Yeah, but 2-1, 2-1 a 2-horse race, PSG at home. That's free money, right? Yeah, so, like, I couldn't believe, you know, that anyone was surprised by this. And as you said, 70% possession or 75, whatever it was.
Do you know
they
what it was?
Will pass you to death.
Yeah, but it wasn't necessarily the result, and it wasn't. To be honest, the score. Like, I mean, that should have been 4 or 5 last night. Let's be honest.
100%.
You know, I think the issue was, I think we were so lackluster. I think we were so checked out, and I think it was everyone last night. I think everyone was at least a yard off the pace. And I know PSG are very good, and they can make you look silly that way as well.
This is what I was going to say. Are you at a stage where you think we were a bit out of kink, right? Or are you looking at one of the best teams on the planet? Because don't forget, they absolutely swamped the Champions League last year. They're rolling towards the semi-finals and gathering
you got to remember, they only put us out last year on penalties. Now, I know you'll talk about the first leg of that last year where we won 1-0, Harvey Elliott laid on. But PSG at that stage should have been 3 or 4-0 up. I think we had 2 shots on target in that game and they had 27. You know, so it was a masterclass in terms of goalkeeping for us as well. But they put us out last year only on penalties. So
yeah, but I think even since then they've become better, haven't they?
And we've gotten way worse.
There's been a drop off, you know.
Massive.
I don't think, yeah,
massive. And literally it coincided with the Carabao Cup last year and this game, the PSG game against us last year, where we went out with the Champions League. Everything kind of fell asunder, and then we just kind of fell over the line in the league, really, because I don't think, as bad as we weren't going to cough that up. Like,
I think I'd be absolutely shocked if somebody doesn't try and crowbar Julian Alvarez out of Atletico Madrid. I think he's outrageous.
Heavily linked with Arsenal.
Heavily, and I don't like the idea because he's absolutely unbelievable and could probably play as a 10 behind Victor Gyökeres. You know, take that Martin Odegaard position, still keep Rice and Zubimendi as the 6 and the 8, and then have Saka and of course Martin
Odegaard's position, who has a lot of questions over it at the moment. He hasn't been.
Would have thought so. Yeah, would have thought.
Yeah,
and then at times he can play straight through the middle if Gyökeres wasn't available, if he wanted to change it around and stuff like that.
I remember myself and Ted and yourself were so disappointed when he was leaving the Prem. And remember, like, and even any time he came in and deputized for Haaland at times, he was amazing. He was absolutely amazing. Yeah.
He's electric. I really like the kid, I have to say. I think he's tops. And the other lad I'm going to mention is the other guy that Jerry had up there, Ademola Lookman. Now this is a kid we obviously saw score a hat-trick in a Conference League final in Dublin. And was leaving Atalanta in January under a reasonably decent fee for my money, 40 mil. Like, this kid can do it.
Yeah.
And boy, does does Simeone know how to get out of you. He absolutely knows how to get every little inch out of him. Just keep ringing that out.
It's fucking out of fear.
And you know what? Doesn't matter what it is. It's
I'd
unbelievable.
imagine it's fair. Do you ever see him even hair drying the sun? The sun's playing from, isn't he? And he fucking hair dries him and subs him off and everything and all. He's ruthless, Simeone. Ruthless. Right, 5th spot achieved in the Premier League for the Champions League again. Thoughts on it at the moment? Where do you see it going? We have a graphic up there. Obviously, Liverpool, Chelsea, Brentford, and Everton potentially in that mix.
Well, I think, you've them up on the basis that you think somebody might have nailed this on so far. Like, if we're honest, between United in 3rd on 55, right, and Brentford, and say Chelsea in 6th on 48, it's only 7 points. And there's 7 games left. And there's, I think you got to look at Villa for that 5th spot. You got to look at Liverpool, United, Chelsea, Brentford. They could all end up in that spot. Based on fluctuation and how it will move. Now, there's going to be some big games.
There's going
to be some big games because don't forget, and if I just click on them here, like on my own team, we play Chelsea away, we play Brentford at home, and Liverpool at home. So they're 3 of our biggest rivals in this. If we could manage to beat all 3, I think it would guarantee us Champions League football. I don't necessarily think we'll do that. We don't need 15 points to secure 3rd place.
I don't think they're even going to need that.
I would say it's unlikely they'll need it on the basis that others would need to. But, I mean, listen, it's still not easy. We've Leeds at the weekend. They won't make it easy. It's Leeds United. That won't be easy, right? We then go away to Chelsea. We don't have the best record in the world at the Bridge. We're back home against Brentford. You'd have to hope we get the result there. We've then got Liverpool home. We go away to Sunderland, which isn't an easy place to go, Stadium of Light. We play Forest in the second last game of the season. Forest fighting for their lives, don't forget. Yeah, and then we go to the Amex.
And still in Europe.
And we go to the Amex in the last day of the season, where again we don't have a good. I'm
looking at the moment. I don't see you as having any problem at all.
I don't listen. I'm certainly not thinking we won't get it.
Well, I think if I look at Hughes, yeah, but if I look at Hughes and I look at Villa and I look at us and I look at Chelsea, say for argument's sake, those 4.
Yeah.
Like, if you're putting your money on who's going to make top 5, United's probably the shortest odds there. Based on form
absolutely. Well, based on form, and I actually think how they're playing, like we look like we're getting closer.
I mean,
and I think maybe Liverpool and Chelsea look like they're going, the other way. Do you know what I mean?
I think if we make top 5, it's because teams around us are just worse than us. It's not because we're anything. It's not like we're if we make it, we'll just fall over the line basically making it because we're so poor.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And just the reason we're where we are is because Chelsea have been so bad as well, really. You know what I mean? That's
absolutely. And you've Spurs who would generally be in the mix up for 5th and are miles off it as well. Yeah. So that's another little foot that gets you a bit higher on the ladder, so to speak,
Yeah. It's just frustrating at the moment with the club not willing to make decisions and stuff like that on slot, It's just, they're going to wait till we're really out of everything at this stage to do that, Right, let's get into this Premier League.
I spoke to a Liverpool fan yesterday, and he said he thinks the club will wait until they get knocked out of the Champions League, which will be next week. And he said after getting knocked out of the Champions League, he fully expects the club to pull the trigger and put someone in for the last 6 games of the season to get a reaction, to guarantee Champions League spot, but to unequivocally make it known that whoever comes in and gets that bounce for the 6 games is not getting the gig. They're coming in. We're looking for a short-term bounce to get that Champions League football, but you are not getting the gig, whoever you are. Be it a Steven Gerrard, be it a,
But why wait? Why not do it at the start of the international break? Now, I'm not saying we would have come back and bet Man City in the FA Cup or anything. You can never tell. I don't think we might have performed a little bit better last night, but I think, you know, the gulf between ourselves and PSG is fucking, even when you look at the two squads on the two teams on paper even is insane. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't know whether it would have made much of a difference, but why wait? You know, why? And the thing about it is, if they wait and there's a little bit of a time frame there, top 5 is going to be a stretch as well. You know, and then you're
so
in
this
real,
is
real
this
trouble.
is this is
Then you
why
don't
I
have to be
think
worrying about other.
this is why I think this lad said, listen, get through the weekend, lose the PSG, go out in our swords, get rid of this lad, and have someone lined up to come in and just do the last 6 leagues games to get a bump, win 4 of the last 6, get 5th spot, get to the Champions League, secure the money, and then make the change in the summer and go forward. And like, it's not a terrible idea.
Do you think if a Gerrard comes in, do you think he will achieve that bump with what you've seen with these players? Do you think these players at the moment are just checked out on slot, or do you think there's fundamentally much bigger issues there at the moment?
I think part of it is slot. I think a large part of it is slot. I think he's lost the dressing room. And to be honest with you, I think he's lost the dressing room. And I think you could get a bounce and you could get enough to get 4 wins from 6, 12 points, 13 points, get yourselves a spot, you know, and all of a sudden you're like, right, we're back in the Champions League, we can breathe, the boy Xhaka comes in, you know, and then you can start building blocks around it. And yeah, I think the other way it goes is, I think that's probably the way they should do it. Tell Stevie, you can have the last 6, you know, and see can you get as a Champions League spot. You're not getting the gig. At best, if we decide to bring in Xavi Alonso, you might be number 2. You know? But that's if we go that direction and if that's who the guy we decide to bring in.
It depends on what Xavi Alonso wants as well, doesn't it? Fell through semi-finals, the Europa 3-1 victory in Bologna. That's good. Nothing wrong with that. Keeps them busy in Europe while the rest of us are vying for a top 5 spot. So nothing wrong with that. Right, Premier League, West Ham versus Wolves. Friday night, we got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. You boys on Monday. Sorry about that 3 p.m. Eastern time kickoff as well that I left in there in the graphic, folks. I just noticed it there now. It's not a 3 p.m. kickoff. It's an 8 p.m. kickoff. Monday night, obviously. Friday, West Ham versus Wolves.
Yeah, thought the West Ham game last weekend was a crazy game of football, wasn't it? Mental. Crazy.
Mental.
It was a real, pardon the pun, a real cup toy, wasn't it? And I loved every minute of it. Great for Leeds, obviously, to win the shootout and get back to the FA Cup semi-final and stuff. Hopefully that sacked the life.
Leeds played really, really well first half as well.
Yeah, they did. West Ham came back into it late. I think West Ham will look to try and lift the mood this weekend, and I think West Ham will look to try and get that win, to lift themselves above it a little bit if they can, you know. So I'd have to back West Ham this weekend 2-1.
West Ham 2-1. Right, into Saturday, Arsenal versus Bournemouth. Could you see anything here? Could you see another little wobble?
Well, listen, we know Bournemouth are never going to make it easy for anyone. They never do. So, you know, excuse me, it'll be a tough day at the office. They got some great players. I think at home, Arsenal should, if they want to win a league title here, get over the line. This is one of those games. If you scrape a 1-0, you know, is it 1-0 to the Arsenal or do you nick it 2-1? I think either or. Just grinding out that result is enough. That's all they need. It's not about performances right now. It's just about getting over the line. And I think they'll do it. I think I'm going to go Arsenal 1-0.
1-0. Interesting. Brentford, Everton.
1-0 to the Arsenal. 1-0. My dad used to sing that when I was a kid, and it'd absolutely do me banger in. You know, and they'd have beaten fucking Norwich or something. And the elf would be walking around the gaff and he'd be going, 1-0 to the Arsenal. And I'd be like, get the fuck out of here, man, will you?
And it wasn't like they hit the bar or the post 4 times either, or anything like that. It really was. It was like that Sporting game. It was
two shots, 1 goal, and fucking put the boards up for the other bleeding, you know?
Yeah. Fucking Tony Adams camped out with Martin Keown or whatever it was. Yeah. Absolutely. 3-1 Arsenal Lacers is going, yeah. Brentford Everton, Brentford Everton, yeah.
Yeah, don't like backing against Brentford at home because they're unbelievable. And obviously the boy, Igor Jesus, Igor Jesus, or Igor Thiago has had his international call up and he got the penalty and stuff on the debut, which was great for him, get the goal. So really high on that and stuff. I reckon he'll come back and be full of confidence, which will be great for Brentford. But I think Everton have been plucky of late, and away from home they've been very, very good. So I actually
picked up that good win at the Hill Dickinson as well.
Picked up that good win. I think Everton might get something out of this. So I'm gonna go 2-2 here in this Everton Brentford game.
Burnley Brighton.
Yeah, Burnley plucky, but Brighton have a little bit more in the bag than Burnley should be able to handle. And I'm going to go
Brighton.
Yeah. Listen, I don't fancy Brighton at home ever, but I'll take them here 2-1.
Liverpool Fulham. We're seeing Marco Silva today fined and suspended, I think.
I don't like this for Liverpool. And this is not a game where I go, oh yeah, Liverpool now. This is not a game. Because Fulham bring a phenomenal amount of energy.
We've had about 45 of those games this season, in fairness.
I
said it on the watch along last night. I don't think there's a single game this season where I turned around and went 3 points.
Yeah, Fulham bring an awful lot of energy all over the park. And I think just because of that, I think they'll make it real, real tough. And I'd say you guys are going to make a couple of changes. After the other night, you'll probably rest a couple of legs and stuff like that in the hope to turn something around next week. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Fulham get something out of this.
What did you make of him sitting Salah down?
I'm actually going to make a change. I'm going to go Brentford Everton 1-1. I'm going to go Liverpool Fulham 2-2.
What did you make of him sitting Salah down? We know his form has been horrific.
A lot easier when you realise, you don't have to listen to him next year, right?
Yeah, but you still have a lot to try and achieve this season, don't you, in terms of that championship?
You do. Now, I don't necessarily think he did it I think he changed formation,
he was horrific in the cup game as well.
Yeah, he changed formation. He tried to shore it up a little bit, a bit more than usual, and change the shape a little bit, try and get men behind the ball. So I understand it.
He presented it, first of all, as a back 3 that within 60 seconds of kickoff became a back 5 real fucking quick.
But that was always going to be the way. It was always going to be
to say it on the actual pitch happening,
because to even have Frimpong as the cover higher up, you were like, this isn't going to happen. This is Gomez sliding in one and Frimpong dropping back, I think that's what'll happen, Ace. I think Isak will start, and you might see Ekitike from the left or maybe from the bench, but I don't like this.
Ekitike looks like he needs a fucking rest.
I don't like this matchup for Liverpool, if I'm honest.
Okay, into Sunday then. Sunderland Tottenham.
This is huge for Tottenham. This is huge for Roberto. Well, it is, but I mean, for Spurs, like Sunderland aren't looking down the barrel of relegation here. Sunderland might be looking up and seeing what's above, but for Spurs, this is huge. I think De Zerbi has to land straight away here, because if this doesn't land pretty quickly, you're in big trouble. I am a little bit of a fan of Roberto De Zerbi. And I think having had Igor Tudor there for the last 77 days or whatever it was,
be a breath of fucking fresh air, won't it?
I think it'll be like somebody stepping off the pedal and going, drive that car.
Be like, lads, do you fancy playing a bit of ball today? Do you fancy playing a bit of football?
Yeah. And I think it'd have, with the gap and with the window and how it was, I think he'll have got an awful lot of cross to guys. And I'm actually going to say Spurs will get something out of this. But don't forget, Spurs are very good away from home. I'm going to go Spurs to nick this 2-1, which is ludicrous. But that's where I'm going.
Spurs to nick it 2-1. Interesting. Yeah, you know what the problem is, Ted? You could make a point for every single player on the pitch. The problem is we don't have 11 to change them out. You know, that's the issue, really, isn't it? I mean, if he's dropping Salah over form, you could drop Gravenberch, you could drop McAllister, you could drop, Gakpo got dropped. I mean, you could drop everyone.
Yeah, you sure could.
That would be crazy, wouldn't it, bonkers, if it was 3-1?
I don't think that's happening.
Yeah.
I think Spurs 2-1's a great bet.
Joanne, 2-1 Liverpool. It's the first time you predict the Liverpool win, I think, in about a month, is it?
What price do you reckon Spurs to win?
Kudus out for the rest of the season.
Yeah, he's been out for a long time though. Yeah. He's missing months. Like that's not today or tomorrow. You know what I mean? He's been gone a while. If I just look at Premier League betting, and we just look at that Spurs game, if you went Spurs to win and both teams to score, only that Spurs are 5-1. Now, if you decided you are gonna go and try and nail on the correct score, and you are gonna go 2-1 Spurs, 2-1 Spurs is 9-1.
Okay, interesting. Joanne's thinking 3-0 Sunderland. No, there'll be definitely some sort of reaction. There has to be.
There will be. And don't forget, Sunderland look like they're running out of a little bit of energy. And Spurs need this win. They'll have the Zerbi in their ear. He will not handle any of this. And their away record is very, very good this season. This has Spurs written all over it.
Forest versus Aston Villa. Top 5 versus bottom 5.
This has Nottingham Forest written all over it, because I don't like Villa going away to Bologna on a Thursday night and then having to rock up. Like the likelihood is, okay, so it's your after hours tonight, right? Because it's an hour forward in Italy, yeah? So if it's 10 o'clock now, it's 11 o'clock. They haven't even got out of that stadium yet, right? What's best case scenario? They're getting home to the gas 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't love that. I think that's crazy. I think you bring them back to the hotel, you let them sleep, you get them on a flight first thing tomorrow, you get them home, you get a warm down session done at Bodymore Heat, and probably get in the, take the inflammation down, get in the swim pools, the saunas, the gymnasiums, all of that stuff, right? Then you've Saturday for a bit of tactics, and then you've Sunday. They're not going to be ready for Sunday, man. Not at all. Forest will be at this. They need this result. Our home games are huge. I'm going Forest 2-1 here. My double is going to be Forest and Spurs and both teams to score. There you go.
What's that going to pay?
Pay big money, I'd imagine.
Yeah,
it's got to pay 40-1 minimum now. Am I right, or am I?
I would have thought so.
Let me see here.
A close one anyway, I'd imagine.
Let's see.
Bonkers going with a 1-1. You went for the Forest 2-1, did you? Same as your Spurs one?
Yes.
They have Forest. Acers are saying Forest are travelling back from Porto as well.
Yeah, but it's a little bit more than half the distance, and there's no hour either.
And Forest are at home.
There's loads of things. There's loads of things. It's not a big Forest and Villa are beside each other basically.
Yeah, but I think what happens is you're traveling home, but you're going to, you're going back to Villa to go to Forest as opposed to going back to Forest. Yeah, interesting.
There's something about the score. Let's see here, and the other ones. A double on Spurs and Forest. Result on both to score. Only pays 24-1. It's not great.
Okay, so someone's having the same thinking as yourself. Palace Newcastle. Big game for Eddie Howe, this, isn't it? Big game.
Yeah, it is. Listen, don't think there's any games that aren't big when you're a Newcastle manager, you know. But in saying
pressure
that,
there though, you know.
Yeah, no. In saying that, I think it is a big game, as we know, and it's definitely one. You know that they'll want to get off to a good start and try and keep things nice and steady at the back. Now, Palace will cause you trouble, man. They really will. They've got Ismail Assar, and they've obviously got the boy who Newcastle tried to sign, Strand Larson. So they've got him to play against. They've got Henderson, who likes to put up a performance for his crowd and stuff like that. You've Wharton chasing that England space, so it won't be easy. Won't be easy at all. It was 1 under. He shot 71.
I think he finished 1 under. Yeah,
he did.
I don't know. Did you see the par 3 yesterday where he was out with the kids?
The hole in one. See the hole in one on the par 3.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I think Palace will get something out of this, man. I think Palace will get something out of this. I'm going 1-1 here.
1-1. And then obviously a massive game coming up at the weekend. Chelsea versus Man City at the Bridge.
Yeah, listen, it's hard for me to look at anything other than Man City here, because they're obviously trying to chase City down a little bit. Chelsea will be good at home. They'll put their best foot forward and stuff like that, but it's hard for me to see past City when Chelsea will have Sanchez playing in goal, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm going to go City 3-1 here.
Expect goals in this, though, yeah?
I do, 100%. Yeah, 100%. I do.
They'll need to as well, because if Arsenal go beat Bournemouth, then the gap is, 12 going into that game?
Yeah, it is, 100%.
If that's what we expect to happen, you know?
Yeah, and I think that wouldn't be, that's what we'd expect.
3-1 City, that's what you said, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Bonkers
I think so.
on there with you as well.
Yeah.
Tyson Fury fighting at Tottenham Stadium on Saturday night on Netflix.
Nice. Who's he fighting? Remind me.
His name is Marinov or Kozov or something
like that. Some bum, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
It's a warm-up kind of a fight, isn't it? And just getting him back in the ring before maybe announcing one of the big ones with Joshua.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
I'd imagine Joshua will be there sitting ringside like he was last weekend for Deontay Wilder and Derek Chisora, you know.
Yeah. Monday night, United versus Leeds, the Battle of the United.
Yeah, big game, you know. Well, obviously it's a big game. Just to touch on Marky's question earlier, I don't think I'm going to go Marky to the Croker game. A couple of reasons. Just, it's middle of the summer. It doesn't really suit me. I'll either be up to my gillies in work or I'll be on my hollybops, one or the other. And then the idea for me would be to try and get over to a Champions League game very early on next season. So I don't want to spend 200-300 quid on tickets to then look to go on a trip a couple of weeks later. I'd prefer to go to Old Trafford and do Champions League than United Leeds in a pre-season friendly where we might see the Fletcher twins.
Much change side as well. Yeah.
I was at the last game that was here, and I've no great appetite for going to watch the Fletcher twins and fucking, Tom Heaton.
Yeah, Ted spot on here. Not paying 100+ quid to watch the under 18s and Croker.
I agree, Ted. I agree.
And Bonkers is going a 2-2 draw on Monday night. What was your shouting?
I wouldn't have thought so. 3-1 United.
Yeah, I think United at Old Trafford will probably have just a bit too much of them. I think it'll be a good game though.
Yeah, of course it will.
Monday night game.
Leeds will make it tough. But...
Palace against Newcastle. Interesting. Right, we rounded out with your favourite part of the show, as we always do. This bullseye, isn't it? Keep out of the brown and in the blue. Nothing for this game.
Yeah, I'll go for the blue. I'm not doing the brown, I'm not a fan of the brown.
We may be doing a watch along tomorrow night for Pats versus Rovers. And I think we have Wolves. We've Wolves and West Ham as well, so we might have a double.
I'll go Bowes at home. I'll go Dundalk at home.
Against Derry? One of your early season picks?
Yeah, I'll go Dundalk at home. They're playing well at the minute.
Interesting. Good show.
Dundalk are fourth at the minute. They're breaking up the Dublin The Dublin clubs. I'll go
The upstarts versus Shells.
Galway to get a draw against Shells.
Show.
I'll go draw it away at Waterford, and I will go Rovers and both score at Pats.
So you could go Rovers and both to score, Spurs and both to score, and Forest and both to score.
You could.
Then you'll get your 40-1 then, maybe, you know.
You'll get more than that, I'd hope.
FAI doing a double ticket for Arsenal versus Betis and United versus. How much the double ticket costing?
No idea. I did see that they were doing it, but I haven't seen a price around.
Could go to the Arsenal game as well and cheer on your boy Anthony.
I'd prefer to stick pins in my eyes than go and watch Arsenal play football or whatever it is that they call it that they play.
Joanne's gone for a comprehensive win for Man City as well, 3-0 against.
I think so.
Yeah, interesting. Right, on the Brown side of this draw, I'm going to go Cove. I'm going to go UCD, the students. I'm going to go Cork City. I'm going to go Athlone. And I think Brian Longford will be a draw. Rough times.
Fair play to you.
But there you go. Well, hopefully we might have a watch along tomorrow night. We'll see. I'm not guaranteeing that. And keep an eye. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel. Hit the bell notification button, of course. All notifications, and you'll know if we're doing a watch along. We'll see what happens. I don't know what the plan is tomorrow yet. Anything else you want to add? We need to talk about the Masters for a minute or two, don't we? Justin Rose, 3 under through 12.
Doing well so far. Doing well so far. A lot of
and our boy Rory.
Yep. Yeah.
Real good start, considering he was a bit occupied in the last couple of days with the winner's dinner and all that kind of stuff and all. I believe he knocked it out of the park. So I believe his speech was incredible.
I believe his speech was incredible, but it wasn't as incredible as some of the wine he had on the table. They spoke highly about that, I have to say. So,
They showed footage of him in the kitchen, checking out the food before it went out.
Making sure it was, let me see that. Yeah.
I believe in the speech he highlighted most of the players and he spoke about certain moments when they won in their round. He did his homework.
He's a golf fan though. He's a guy who watched this all his life, so it's not really doing your homework. It's recollecting memories.
But to be able to stand up there in front of, the creme de la creme of golf and those green jackets in that room and be able to rattle off this iron.
I can do that only because I'm like Rain Man. But I backed myself for that one. It'd be no problem. It was a Wednesday. It was 4:15 in the evening, and you had a green cardigan on. You had a 7-iron from 186 yards to the pin on the left hand side, just because But anyway.
So you're the Dustin Hoffman to my Tom Cruise on this gig,
sure am, man. I sure am.
Imagine.
I listened to something earlier on, and they were talking. I'll name it because I know you won't mind me naming it. I was listening to the Stick to Football. That's my favorite. I was listening to Stick to Football this morning. They released on a Thursday.
Well, your second favorite, not your favorite.
Well, it's not. I'm not involved in that one.
It wouldn't be the upper tier of your pick.
It ain't the upper tier. But I listened to that one anyway, and they were talking about stuff earlier on, and they were going through goals, and at one moment, they were talking about a particular United goal, and they weren't sure who played the pass to a particular player, and I was like, "Scary now." And eventually your man in the background came in. He was like, "Gary, it was you to play the pass." And I was like, "Who do they need to check this?" This is stuff. It's either in the filing cabinet or it's not. And it's, you know what I mean?
Do you know the start of that show when they haven't gone live with the guests and all is really a lot of fun as well. Who's the lad? Isn't there a lad there with kind of blondie, mousy hair? And he just seems a funny fucker. He just takes the piss out of you and all the stuff and all.
He's Ben. Yeah. He's the Scouser. He's a Liverpool fan.
He's
hilarious. And he does a lot of. He's the runner. Yeah. Would you like a cup of tea or coffee? I'll have a tea, please. No problem. When he comes back and
he said it to Stevie as well. He said black or milk and sugar. I remember cream and sugar. He says to Stevie.
And they give him a lot of stick over because he obviously provides the sweets on the table.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and I heard Ian Wright earlier on. What do you mean you couldn't get the raspberry mini rolls?
Yeah. And he makes the coffee the way you like it in one of the disposable cups, and then he walks up to the table and he pours it then into a proper cup.
It's
brilliant.
Hilarious.
Yeah,
It's brilliant. Yeah. It's very good now.
And he always, and as a sponsor, he gives you an awful abuse, doesn't he?
we get into the car now, you know, and my very impressionable 11-year-old will say, Dad, can we listen to Stick to Football? And I'm like, I said, so on the way, we picked him up from training, obviously, and we watched a bit of football, and he says to me, Dad, can I listen to Stick to Football? And I says, today's one wasn't very long. It was only 36 minutes long or whatever it was. I said, we won't get it all. Listen to Brody. We might get some of it. So I said, I'll stick it on. So he says, okay, because I put it on. He was sitting there. And they were asking, and he was throwing his own little aura in. He was like, what about? And I says, he's not English, because they were talking about the top English assist makers in the Premier League this season. There's 3 of them tied at the top. And his first shout was Kevin De Bruyne. And I went, what are you talking about? He's not English, and he's not playing the Premier League anymore. And then he says, he's English. He's English, yeah. He says, Trent. I says, he plays for Real Madrid. Pal, like, what are we doing here, right? And then he goes, they were giving out, I said, man, are you listening to this or what, you know? And he says, they says, oh, who's next? Blah, blah, blah. And Jamie Carragher says, James Garner. And he goes, James Garner, like this. And Neville says, correct. And here he was. Oh, as if to say, I didn't get that one.
Love it.
Now, he got it, in fairness to him. There was James Garner. It was, can't remember who the second one was. And the third one, he's sitting there and he keeps going, it's Jack Grealish. It's Jack Grealish. 100% it's Jack Grealish. And eventually, Ian Wright says, Jack Grealish. And Gary Neville says, correct. He went, told you.
I love that.
I says, you told me it was Trent 5 minutes ago. He plays for Real. What are you talking about? Or KDB, who's in Napoli and hasn't kicked the ball in 4 months. Are you all right, man? And then all of a sudden, told you it was Jack Grealish. I told you.
Love it.
I
love that. It's nice as well to have that, isn't it? Because the car journey as well is great, like, you know. What you need to do is you need to get a camera on. You need to get a dash cam on.
My car journey was probably a little bit easier than most people's, in fairness.
Yeah. Which is, like if you had a dash cam on that and you were recording, it'd be hilarious. The two of you going along, just bouncing off each other, kind of. You know what I mean?
I like Garner, Ted, and I think he's been excellent for Everton. Do I think he's a Man United player? I'm not 100% sure. I think there's levels to this. And I'm just not 100% sure. I don't know how much. Now, what I will say is he's very, very versatile. He can play the 6, he can play the 8, he can even play higher and play the 10. His delivery is good from wide. He takes corners and he can fill in at full back. So, you know, it's not. I could certainly see worse signings. I just don't know if James Garner has the level of where we want to get to or go to.
Well, not with who you're being linked to and who you're looking at.
Wouldn't have thought so.
Good player, but not in that
bracket. No.
Big up, Eno. Hope you're good. We're about to end, my friend.
We're out because I got to go and do me bins.
Replay. Absolutely. He might not have been a starter, but he'd 100% be on the bench and cups for us.
Yeah, but he surely has ambitions to be more than a cup player.
Ambition.
Yeah. Like he's on the cusp of the England squad. So he would never have got close to the England squad with United because he wouldn't have played the volume of games and had the minutes and stuff like that. So I think he's found his niche. Could he go to somewhere like a Newcastle or that kind of thing if he wanted an uplift, maybe a Spurs? Yeah, I think he could, but do I think he's Man United's level? Unfortunately, not for me.
No. Right, that's it, folks. If you could, make sure you like the video on the way out as well. If you haven't, do us a favour doing that. Subscribe to the channel and, of course, hit that bell notification button. We might be back with you tomorrow night for a watch along. We'll see what happens, see how the day goes. But
I won't. Because tomorrow night when I come out from work, I'm going to go sleep real early. I'm going to watch a little bit of Masters on my bed and I'm going to fall asleep about 9:30.
How come?
As I'm tired.
Oh, that's fair enough then.
I'm tired.
Are you not used to all this work now?
And I'm back in early on Saturday morning, so I need to get me beauty
Absolutely.
sleep,
Yeah. Getting the body back in the rhythm, that's for sure. I thought you were going to Longford to cover the break again.
And then over the sunny Greystones on Monday as well, so I have to
And
look after myself.
I'm going the other way.
You going to?
I'm heading.
You coming to Raheny?
No, but I'm going halfway there, aren't I?
You going to town on Monday?
Yeah. I'm in work on Monday, yeah. I work on Monday, the usual. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then probably do lunch with you maybe on Thursday.
There's no maybe about it, is there?
I wouldn't have thought so. I might have to
No
play
maybe
another
about
trip
it.
to the beach house.
Or even better, go and see our pal at the Big Boys.
Oh, we could actually, pending weather, all right. We could go Big Boys, absolutely, yeah. You might have to partake in the tenders.
Are we on next Thursday? Because obviously you're on the cusp of leaving for
I've no
the
idea.
USA.
Haven't even thought about it.
That's okay.
Depends on how the Fulham and the PSG game goes. Depends on my humour. That's
we can
all, yeah.
we can converse. We'll talk, yeah.
This time next week we could have a new manager.
I thought you were going to say this time next year, Rodney, we'll be millionaires.
We might. I did do the Euro dreams today.
So did I, actually.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
your favourite, isn't it, that one? That's the 30 grand a month.
30 grand a month for 30 years. Oh, my God. Oh,
what's the first thing you're booking? If you win it, what's the first thing you're booking?
The Masters with me mate Niall.
Nice. Very happy days. Happy days. Happy. I like that now. I like
the
that.
Masters with me mate Niall.
Can we play in the par 3? Do we know anyone?
Can throw a few quid at it and see what happens. Yeah. We'll give it a spin.
Absolutely.
Lowry, can I carry the bag? I'll pay you 10k.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
right, folks, have a good one. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the football. Might see it tomorrow night. If not, enjoy the weekend. Hopefully the results go your way, and hopefully you win a few bob if you're having a few bets. I'll be dropping a few shorts and a few videos updating on the Masters, as I said, over the weekend and stuff like that as well. We'll keep track of the guys that we picked out and all that kind of stuff. And hopefully Rory might be able to go back to back and be more history. Be the fourth man to go back to back. It's hard to believe, isn't it?
You know what? I did say to you, this is either going to go real well, or he'll just fade into the background. And I think with the way he started, he could be looking for jacket number 2.
As you did say, you wait for one bus and then 2 come along. So there you go.
100%.
Right, folks.